Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Burnerator with the Zcast. Today I am joined by Kyle and Viper Kang. Say hi.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. So, let's start off with the match results.
Yes.
Let's dive straight into match one with Saiyans versus Gohans.
It's a pretty good match.
Yeah. No, it was really fun to watch.
Yeah, it was actually quite freaking close. I mean, Nappa did stuff.
Oh no,
And-
yeah, that Nappa came in and he actually started kind of wrecking face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Scouter Vegeta is spamming again.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that is an AI that they just put on this week, and it seriously did amazing.
Well, that's one of the luckiest shots in the dark I think I've seen, because
Oh yeah,
this match would have been a lot closer, except Scouter Vegeta slammed down and just said, no, this match is over.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that was a very lucky break with the. You said it was untested, right? Or did they
I'm
test
pretty
it?
sure they tested it.
Okay.
But
Okay, so it
this
wasn't
was
a complete shot in the dark.
this was the first actual match that they had him on default AI. For the longest time, he was on Yajirobe AI,
Wow.
and he just wrecked.
Yeah, looks like this change was a good call by them.
Let's actually pull up the stats because those stats have already been done. Scouter Vegeta did over 52,000 damage.
Not
yeah,
too
that sounds
shabby.
about right.
Yeah, and his highest combo was 21,000.
Yeah, I think that was
I
when
remember that. He
yeah,
did that
I
max
think that was
power
when he
like
pulled off Dirty Fireworks.
yeah, he did like a max power combo and then dirty fireworks or something like
Yeah,
that.
just freaking insane. And it also looks like Turles did okay. He was Turles.
What? Did he fire out his ultimate as well, or was that last week that I'm thinking of?
I'm not too sure.
He did a fruit and then he did a max power B2 or an ultimate.
No, he
Yeah.
did an ultimate. He actually did, I remember.
Okay. Yeah, so he did the fruit. He was in max power, he did a fruit, and then he did his ultimate. That was such a beautiful combo.
Yeah. 15,000 damage from that one combo.
Yep. He's been better with the fruit. He's not eating the fruit as a beam is coming straight for his face.
Yeah, the fruit has not been a actual crutch.
I think he only did it once, maybe twice actually, during that match, too.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, he did. He only used it like once, but he used it in that max power combo, so it was used perfectly.
Let's see. Let's take a look at the Gohans.
Teen Gohan was very impressive.
Yes.
I think this is the most impressive we've seen Super Saiyan 1 Teen Gohan be this season so far.
Mm-hmm. Just
Definitely.
spamming those rushes. Spamming those rushes.
I could have used a Super Kamehameha from him. Like an ultimate would have been nice, but that rush B2 is pretty strong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then the little transformation at the very end. Just like, oh, so nice to see him again.
Mm-hmm. And let's see. Saiyaman kind of got trashed, but he did decent. He did 24,000 basically.
He did okay, but I mean, is it wrong for me to say that I was kind of shocked that Nappa took it to Saiyaman as well as he did?
No.
No, I was not surprised.
I mean, Nappa kind of dominated Saiyaman. It was kind of surprising to see Nappa just like actually essentially crush Saiyaman.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually surprised to hit with that with one of those volcano explosions.
Mm-hmm. He hit with a couple, if I recall correctly. He seems to have this tendency to, oh hey, I'm going to either throw you or punch you away, and then volcano explosion at the end of your travel time, so that you're caught in the volcano explosion. Seems to be working really freaking well.
Oh yeah. you wouldn't think it, but putting Nappa as a spam build is really working out well for them.
Yeah. I still feel that King Vegeta would be better, but that's just me.
I mean, it'll really depend what they get Nappa to be at the end of the season. That's
Yeah.
really when you're going to be able to say, okay, this character is definitely better, the same, or worse than King Vegeta was.
Yeah, that is true.
Although I think I would say, now that it's match 4, I would say that, I'm starting to lean more towards maybe dropping King Vegeta wasn't such a bad idea, because Nappa actually has one thing over King Vegeta that is really important. Nappa actually likes using his ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Anything else for that match?
No, it was a very close match, and the Saiyans clenched it. It's pretty good. Now, on to match 3, the Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
Match 2, Majin versus Valkyries.
Guess who forgot that Rayleigh has a free Draconic Aura? This guy.
Definitely not the coach of the Majins. Definitely not. I mean,
it hurt. It hurt. Don't get me wrong. The Vals played very well. I mean, they got Woman was friggin' amazing. She just totally knocked the crap out of Bobbity, threw him around. He did nothing that match. The only reason it was close as it was is thanks to Majin Vegeta and Deborah. If I didn't have them, it would have been a slaughter.
Yeah. Deborah, he did amazing.
Deborah did amazing.
Deborah was almost elite. He was only 10,000 away from elite.
Mm-hmm.
And Deborah knew exactly when to throw out what. He knew when to throw out Evil Impulse and when to throw out Evil Flame. I don't think he misplaced a single B2 that he threw out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And he was using Master Blast.
Yeah, Master Blast
well.
is... Oh.
Like, I think there was one exchange where he did, 5,000 with just Master Blast, with just, Energy Blast or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think he was facing up against Pan, and I saw her health just dropping like a rock just from the Flame Blast.
No, Pan didn't really have much time to do anything because she got hit with 2 clash beam clashes, and I think she lost both of those.
Yeah.
Which helped me hurt the Vals a lot, because that really did a swing in the tide.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I'm just saying that after those lost clashes, he launched a string of the Fire Rush Blast, and the chip damage was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Fasha kind of got... Fasha was actually the least damaging character on that team this week.
Yeah, she kind of got wrecked.
But...
By Majin Vegeta? If I recall correctly?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, my God. Majin Vegeta was just... It was so nice. Because he's been inconsistent lately.
Mm-hmm.
But I think finally maybe... But, I mean, in the end, the Vals just... They did amazing. Woman, I don't know what they did with her, but she's just... for someone that was, one of the 2 weakest on that team, she's become such a powerhouse.
Yeah, she's sort of been a really big threat, but after fixing 18, she was not that great. She was barely above Pan, but holy shit did she perform this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
if
yeah.
not
and
for Woman, Majin's probably would have won, to be fair.
Yeah, because then Bobbity might not have been as shut down.
Yeah.
But then again, if 18 was in, she would still be in people's faces too, so...
Yeah. You were going to say something, Viper?
Oh, no, I was just going to say that I'm impressed that they took a character that on paper just doesn't look like you would ever want her on your team, because she has nothing but rush moves. Even her ultimate is a rush, and she has no energy blast to speak of, and she's one of the most dangerous people on their team now.
Yeah.
So I give them super kudos for figuring out how to make her as deadly as they have.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
No, it was a very impressive win for the Vals. I'm sorry, Kyle, but you lost.
No, you're not.
Yes,
I will
I'm
say...
not. That was the best outcome that I could have possibly hoped for.
Same for me.
Mm-hmm.
Although I will say I need more self-destruct from Majin Vegeta. I don't know if you can talk to him, give him a pep talk, but he needs to self-destruct a bit more.
If Majin Vegeta self-destructed against her, that would have been so tasty.
That would have hurt. But
that would have hurt you, but he was on 1 bar of health, and it would have done around 20 grand.
Oh crap, he could have won then.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, that would have. If she didn't, just run away.
Well, he had no chance to get up to max power again, though.
Yeah.
She was right there.
Yeah. Oh, well.
But anyway, on to the big shocker of the night, I think.
Super Saiyans versus Blades.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a match.
That was intense.
I think the Super Saiyans have issues in hell, because that's where I beat them last season.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of their AIs either decide to derp or they are a very B2 reliant team, even though they've been trying to iron out everything and, become more versatile. A lot of their characters do a crap ton of B2s. And the fact that they benched a Vegeta kind of sealed it for them. But I personally was not expecting Trunks to do that well against Mid Vegeta. Holy shit.
Yeah, I think this is the second week in a row where Sword Trunks maybe started out kind of faltering, but then as the match went on, he just started becoming increasingly amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think getting him back down into his base form was probably the best move they could have made, because he's just been so much more consistent and dangerous in this base form than he ever was in Super Saiyan.
Yep. And also, one thing to note is last week against the Saiyans, they tried a new AI. They went from Trunks AI to Buu AI to Majin Buu AI. This week they kept it, and it sure as hell has been working out.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, a lot of the Super Saiyan characters just derped. Like Goku, who has every single match that we've seen him in before, ultimate straight off the bat. No ultimates.
Yeah, didn't he get stopped? Didn't he get tied up in max power mode twice?
No, he used his max power mode twice to use volleys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he would just burn his max power mode, which sort of worked for one of them. He did about 7k for one of them, but the other one did 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
even at 7k, I would call it a waste because he has a Kamehameha that would have done around 10 grand had he launched it.
And Viper would know because he's got guys that are constantly, doing trap shooter instead of a better B2.
Trap shooter? Holy, match is over.
Shush your
sorry,
face.
I just had to do that. I'm sorry.
Go sit in the corner.
No. Tapion was amazing, like always, or like usual.
Yes, Spamion.
Yeah. Trunks was pretty damn good. Cyborg Tao was really good.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Cyborg Tao was really good. I think he also got off an ultimate, which we don't really get to see too much from him.
Yeah. I was fully expecting that to be dodged, but
it was a perfect timed one.
Yeah. He must have eaten a energy blast or something, so he was in a stun animation.
You know what? I think there was one that was thrown right back, or deflected back at Trunks at a moment before.
Yeah.
He threw the ultimate, so he was distracted with that.
Although, if I recall correctly, the lineup for the Super Saiyans kind of got derped around.
That could have played a factor in it too.
Yeah. It was a pretty solid win by the Blades.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the AIs for the Super Saiyans derped, but it happens. The fact that they benched one of their Vegetas is probably their downfall. And I think that's all I have to say about match 3. You guys?
No, I'm good.
Viper?
I think the only thing that I would add is that, maybe benching of Vegeta was maybe not the smartest move, but I feel like ever since they dropped down to Super Saiyan 1 on everybody, I feel like the Vegetas are not the end all be alls that they used to be. I feel like Super Saiyans have become a bit more balanced overall amongst everybody.
In my opinion, if they wanted to bench a Vegeta, they should have benched mid. I mean, if they could have. I don't know if they benched him the previous week, but and Vegeta would probably have been better against them.
Yeah,
but that's
most
in
likely.
hindsight.
I would agree with that.
That's in hindsight, without taking into without taking into account that N Vegeta was supposed to be extremely aggressive, more so than Sword Trunks was, and he just didn't. He wasn't aggressive at all.
Right.
Yeah.
So, oh well. Let's see. Next match. Match 4, Dragon Ball Warriors vs. Cold. Or, I would like to call it the Supernova Holy Shit match.
5 supernovas.
I have 2 words. Mecha Frieza.
Yes. And also a Destroy the Earth. I would not be surprised if they actually went elite with Mecha Frieza.
Yeah, and we will find out eventually when I do those stats.
Yeah. Slacker.
Oh, I'm sorry. Working 40
I
hours a week.
I looked at what he was doing, and when he blew up the Earth, he did 20,000. When he hit someone on the ground, it did like 13,000. Like those supernovas are just literally nukes, just giant nukes. He's just tossing out.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, just great work by Team Cold figuring out an AI and a build that has him just throwing out ultimates.
Yeah, which is surprising because that's what they were trying last season, and it didn't work out at all. Like, it wasn't even funny.
I don't think Team Cold threw out more than like 5 or 6 ultimates this season. Like you almost never saw a supernova, and now in one match, you're just seeing supernovas left, right, and center.
Mm-hmm. The Dragon Ball Warriors they were okay.
They started out strong.
Yeah.
Nam was throwing out his B2s. He just kept missing, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I mean, he was getting a bunch of time to recharge and everything, but then I think King Cold eventually did bring him down with just a flurry of B2s, right?
Yeah. Eventually.
Yeah, well, but they were doing pretty decent. It's just once they started receiving those ultimates, that's when the match swung really heavy in Cold's favor.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's hard for any team to come back from 5 ultimates right in the face.
Mm-hmm.
But credit to DB Warriors. Until that happened, Nam did pretty good. Pilaf was being Pilaf. He was doing all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that transformed state just hurts him though.
Yeah. Makes him a bigger target for the supernovas.
Oh yeah. Plus, they need to figure out a way to get Pilaf to shoot off a B2 as soon as he transforms. Because if he could do that, then I feel like the transform wouldn't be so bad. But he tends to transform and just kind of stand there.
Yeah, kind of just derp around. Or even maybe they need to start experimenting with Broly's ring. Like, instead of high tension, use tension up in Broly's ring. Just to make sure he's in his little ball state.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'd argue that would be probably a decently smart move. I feel like Pilaf is probably one of those people you probably don't want ever transforming.
Because if he transforms, he usually has like a full health bar. You know, that's a full. You can do a lot with a single health bar.
Yeah, in his small form.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Yeah, and so he only has 3 health bars of that small form, and then it goes in this big useless form that, if you're lucky, he gets a B2 off.
Yeah. Anyways, even though the Dragon Ball Warriors lost again, at least they benched Tao, so they got one of their important benches out of the way.
Yes.
And honestly, I don't think Tao would have been a factor in this match anyway, so it was a good
Yeah,
call.
yeah, he very likely wouldn't have, unless he had power body and was able to keep them from charging, which, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I mean, if you play the if he did, if he played that whole game, it's just going to drive it crazy because anything could have happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, if he was in, then there would be no supernovas, and we would all be hugging.
Exactly.
All right. Is there anything else, guys?
Nah, I don't think so.
Viper?
Not really. Just I'm impressed with King Cold because he's been connecting with those full power death beams, and that's a hard move to hit with.
And he's been doing so many of the frickin' B2s. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, they've definitely turned him around too.
Yeah, and it's surprising that he's been doing so many B2s on a tanky build.
It sort of makes sense because he's able to tank so much damage that he's able to get that charge up and throw out the B2s. Like, if he didn't have the tankiness, he might die too quickly.
Maybe. Perhaps.
Because he seems to have a fairly respectable charge rate, just naturally, so...
Yeah, plus he has King's Dignity, which gives +1, if I recall correctly. Or it might be plus 0.5.
Yeah,
I'd have to check.
Just overall, kudos to Team Cold. They really seem to have turned themselves around, and this is a Team Cold that, we used to see back in the old days where everybody was scared of what was going to happen when you went up against them.
Mm-hmm. All right, and on to match 5. Ginyu versus Namek.
Poor Ginyu.
Well, everything seemed like it would be awesome. That everything was going to go their way. Everything. But every single goddamn AI derped.
Well, no, Birder did well. He just was up against a power body with defense plus.
Yeah, but...
He was up against a power body, right?
No.
No?
He was up against Nail, if I recall correctly. That's right. He was just up against a super tanky, which stalling gives power body. So...
Okay. That's confirmed, right? Stalling doesn't just give key charge?
Stalling gives max key charge, just like Prince's Pride, and gives a power body.
Oh, wow. So stalling is actually not as bad as it looks?
Oh, yeah. It's really good.
Birder was going at Nail hard, just pretty much on melee, and whittled him down to 1 bar.
Yeah, he did extremely well.
Yes, if it was against anyone else, they would have died, and it would have been, Birder would have really, you really would have seen a big difference with Birder.
Yeah.
It's just he had the misfortune of going up against the super tanky guy.
Yeah, there was one AI on Birder that I really enjoyed that used to do a whole bunch of melee and then would smack them down, and then go into a rush move. Or would smack them away and charge, and then go into a rush move. Like, if he actually did more Space Mach attacks, he would have had that fight, period. He would have been more like Spopovich.
He threw out a respectable amount. It's not like he wasn't launching them. I think he threw out like a good 3 or 4 against Nail.
I thought he did 2.
No, I think it was more around like 3 or 4.
Oh, well, never mind then. Shit.
No, Birder, Kyle's right. Birder tried his damnedest. It's just Nail was able to take everything.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like you said, just everybody else dropped the ball.
Yeah.
And especially Jace this week. The guy that's usually the rock of the team. I don't think he threw out a single ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
He wasted his max power modes.
Twice.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably just one of those weeks. They derp. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really hard to watch, and with Namek on top of their game, it was sad to see the Ginyus fall so hard.
Yeah, and according to the Fantasy League, Tambourine went elite, but we don't have the stats for that yet. So we will get back to you on that.
Yeah, I don't know if he went elite per se, but he definitely looked
he went
in
something.
top form.
Yeah. According to the Fantasy League, he went elite, but I will reveal that stuff if it's even correct, because I always recheck the elite damages. If it's correct after the statistics deadline is done, then I will release that and name him elite, give him his badge and everything. But
yeah, although speaking of Nail, whatever AI they have him on, mixed with that key charge build that he has now, it's a good call.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's just default AI.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, default AI with defense +3, quick fast attack, and eternal life.
Wait,
Like,
he has
holy shit.
He has no key charge?
Stalling, bruh.
Tambourine doesn't have stalling.
Oh, Tambourine. Yeah, never mind.
No, yeah, I was talking about
Nail.
Tambourine.
I thought you said Nail.
No, I said Tambourine.
Okay. Yes, Tambourine on Goku AI. They found that week 2, if I recall correctly, right after or before. No, after they fought me, because I remember doing that match, and Goku AI on Tambourine is stupid good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Goku AI, key charge build. That is a solid build they got on Tambourine right now.
Oh yeah.
Without a doubt.
And early Piccolo still rocking the power body.
It's working for him. He's one of those characters where it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And King Pick did stuff.
He did. He did do stuff.
Yeah. But as soon as Birder, I think he tagged? Or was he taken out? I could have sworn that he tagged.
I think he tagged, and then the next person couldn't take Nail out.
Yeah, it was Ginyu that couldn't take Nail out, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Because he kept self-harming himself. It was like, okay, as soon as Birder tags out, he's like, all right, guys, I softened them up for you. Go for it. And then all aboard the Derp train. Derp.
I don't know what they're gonna do with Captain Ginyu, because he's literally been spamming self-harm. Any chance he gets, he punches himself in the chest. I don't know how they're going to get him to stop doing that.
You really can't.
And the sad thing is, it's not even the damage that hurts a lot. It's that he's wasting his B1 stock as well.
Yeah. Like, if he were to use max power mode more instead of self-harm, it'd be amazing. But there's no real way to stop an AI or an AI from doing that, because, like we said last week, the AIs have a tendency to use the B1 that has the least stocks, and he seems to have a priority for self-harm, which I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure self-harm is only one stock.
Probably.
It is.
Yeah. So he's going to just keep using self-harm compared to max power mode B1, the special fighting pose. That's just how he plays. But at least with Trunks AI, he has been self-harming and then trying to do some melee damage, trying to get that hurt in, because self-harm actually does give +1 to all stats, including defense.
I would hope so.
Yeah. You trade off like a quarter of your HP bar, or a little bit more than that, maybe 3 grand. But it's still really good boosts if you can last long enough.
Or if you actually use it.
Yeah. I like the build he was on. I like the AI. I like everything about it. He just derped. Same thing with freaking Jace. He just derped. I even like Goldo. Goldo on Frieza AI with Key +2, I like a lot, because he keeps throwing out B2s. He doesn't throw them out at the best times, but most of the other AIs, he just goes around and does nothing.
Yeah.
No, they're trying. You can see the potential.
Yeah, the
It's
potential
just,
is there. It's just
it goes without saying. They're definitely. We're not trying to say that they're not. It's just
Oh no,
sadly their characters.
I'm not saying that you're saying you guys need to try harder. I'm just saying that the big kicker is that they are trying. They're trying their damnedest, and it's not connecting for them for some reason.
Yeah, they're at the moment they're the only team in the league that is 0-4, which is extremely sad.
But
since they are trying so hard, since they have put so much effort into it, they still haven't won a match.
Yeah, but Earth Defenders proved it last season. There is still time to bring it back. 0-4 is not the end all of your season, so just keep trying. It'll click at some point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Although their last matchups have been Muscle, Androids, Boo, Namek, so they're not slouches. And they should have had that Boo game. If not for that Raccoon Derp.
Yeah, and honestly, they should have done better in the Androids game, if not for Goldo derping against Cell. It looks like the derp is shooting them in the foot more than anything.
Yeah. Oh well. On to another sort of kind of important match for Viper, and a pretty good match for myself as well. Match 6, Muscle versus Rugrats.
Yes.
That goddamn lookout. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it with a burning, fiery passion.
I want to say this right now. I liked your idea of Style the Strong with Key +2. I liked it a lot.
I liked it too because I actually know the difference. And before Style of the Strong, a Bojack Ultimate might do around 14,000 if he's against a really defensive person, closer to 12,000. Mm-hmm. He hit Goten for almost 19,000 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I am okay with a 4 to 5 grand jump in ultimate power.
Yep. Plus, max power mode lasts longer, which means that Bojack could. He has more chances to use his ultimate. Where there have been times in the past where he just goes, and I'm max power mode, and I'm kind of doing melee, kind of doing other things, or he kind of gets locked down, so he has to use a trap shooter or a full power ball.
Oh yeah, it definitely helps because it also would help if he goes max power and then he just starts up on a max power combo, and so you're talking about a good solid couple of seconds where he's smacking the person around, and he might finish with an 18,000 grand smasher. You can't argue with that.
It was a very good idea. Unfortunately, the Rugrats just had your number.
No, yeah, I was not expecting Gotenks to not appear. I was expecting Gotenks, so to have Trunks come out first was definitely the beginning of the end from the beginning of the match, because Garlic, even on his best day, I don't think he can take Trunks.
Yeah, Trunks is just a monster.
Mm-hmm. Them starting Trunks was really, really, really good for them.
Oh yeah, and Trunks performed really well. Chi-Chi hit almost every B2 she launched.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Chi-Chi was amazing in that match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Now, that Chi-Chi is getting very close to the Chi-Chi that we have used in testing to see if the Rugrats have been overpowered or not. And that is really awesome. That is her full potential to just keep throwing out those B2s.
I think she has a little more potential, because if she threw out one of her ultimates...
Oh god, yes.
But
you could technically say that about any character.
Touche. But I mean, she actually did the third most damage on the team this week.
Oh, that damage is in?
Oh yeah, no. Second damage, I'm sorry. She did do a little more damage than Kid Trunks, actually.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because she took down Bojack basically single-handedly and did damage to Broly. So she did a good chunk of damage to us.
But Goten did the most with all of his combo, all his assaults and
all of his headcanons.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
not
the
his
entire
ultimates.
No, Roshi was able to actually dodge every single Bros Kamehameha. I was quite impressed.
Yeah. The Roche.
But yeah, their entire team, with the exception of Cell Jr., did around 50 something K. So
52 for Trunks, 53 for Chi-Chi, and about 60 for Goten.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and Cell Jr. was still pretty much alive at the
25.
end of that. Yeah, he was still like 2 or 3 bars, right?
yeah,
Cell
Jr. finished the match with about 2 bars.
Yeah.
So I mean, he could have come in and probably done another 10, 20.
Yeah, with Power Body. Ugh.
Yeah, it was a shame. I was kind of hoping Broly would be able to break through that, but he's just so tiny.
Yeah. And I mean, Roshi was doing an amazing last stand. You can't take that away from him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, he did awesome. He could have, tagged. That would have been nice.
No,
Yeah.
that's against the rules for your team.
I think a better lineup probably would have been Roshi starting against Trunks.
If we had an inkling that they wouldn't have used Gotenks, Roshi probably would have been our starter. But again, we were going off the assumption that we're probably facing Gotenks. We need to put the meat of our team in the middle. Hence why Bojack and Broly were in the middle of our team.
Yeah.
And then we figured, Chi-Chi and Cell Jr. are probably in there, so Garlic takes on whoever they put first. Roshi handles the little person at the bottom, and we just have Bojack and Broly to take on the monster. But no, they outplayed us fair and square.
Mm-hmm. It was really well done.
Yep.
It was a good match.
All right. So I think the next one, match 7.
Yeah, we can skip this one. Go right to 8.
No.
Yeah, it's not really all that important.
Please, let's not skip that.
Yeah, no, this one was Earth Defenders versus the Buus.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually a very, very fun match to watch.
Yeah, extremely close. Like, closer than I would have thought.
Oh, yeah. But,
like,
I mean,
oh, yeah.
holy
and
shit.
Most of that closeness came from Gotenks Boo being, once again, just an amazing player for the Buus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Oob was their actual MVP of the game.
Of the match, yeah.
66,000 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Those blazing barrages are so nice.
Yeah, dude. 66,000 damage because he was trashing Krillin, and he basically munched straight through Tien.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Tien did well when he first started.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who did he start up against?
He started up against Boo. Oob.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah. Tien was able to take Oob down to like a bar and a half or 2 bars around that level, and then Oob just went, oh right, I'm in a match, and just started smashing Tien over and over and over.
Yeah.
Until Tien was down to like a bar. I'm not too sure if he tagged. I'm pretty sure he didn't. But there was one point in time where Tien could have finished him and sort of almost finished him with a Kai Blast Cannon. And then Oob tagged.
Yeah, Oob, he was on the ground, right? So it didn't hit or something?
He was on the ground, so it did half damage. So it only did like $3,000 or $4,000. So it's like, ugh.
But, while Oob did great, Kid Buu suffered hard.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's been going on with Kid Buu lately, but he is just... He's not the Kid Buu that we're used to at all.
No, it looks like he's slowly going down,
Yeah.
I mean, Oob and Gotenks Buu are doing amazing, but just their Kid Buu isn't at the same level he used to be.
Yeah, last season he was on Gohan AI for a good chunk of time, and he was doing really, really well. And at the beginning, from the preseason to now, they've been flip-flopping him between Trunks AI with a super build and Tien AI with a super build and Trunks AI with a melee build, which they did Trunks AI this week.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of iffy, but he kind of got wrecked by both Yamcha and Mid Goku, if I recall correctly. I mean, Yamcha, as soon as Kid Buu came on the field, instant quickfire and boom, 8 grand. Straight to your face.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Yamcha did pretty good. Mid Goku, you guys are doing a really good job with him. Mid Goku is looking pretty damn impressive out there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he hasn't thrown out any actual ultimates save for the Derp match, but at this point, I don't care because he has done. This week he did almost 73 grand. Last week he did almost 52 grand damage, and that's just from B2s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He would have done a hell of a lot more this match. It's just Gotenks Buu got that lucky key break off on him, and it just went downhill from there because he launched like 3 back-to-back fully charged special beam cannons, took out Goku, and took a huge chunk off of whoever came in after him. Who came in after Mid Goku? Krillin. So yeah, if Gotenks Buu hadn't gotten off that break, Goku probably would have done way more damage.
I gotta say though, it was kind of amazing during the break just to see Gotenks Buu just charging it up for so long.
Yeah.
And it
see this beam? You see this beam? It's going straight to your face. Yep.
You know what? Gotenks Buu was sitting there and he's like, "Hey, you remember that time when Piccolo shot you through the chest with this? I'm gonna do the same thing."
Woo! Yeah, that was extremely well played by the Buus. I will say this: I am extremely proud of my team because they did not have me to sort of guide them in like who I think they were benching, what we should do to try and counter that kind of thing, what our lineup should be, and it really worked out. If we had Chaozu in, which I didn't want to have Chaozu benched, we probably would have lost. Also, I would like to point out the fact that Yamcha was our closer. So if he actually had stayed our closer, we probably would be seeing a different match result.
Yeah.
That was kind of a good reason as to why we won, because he was able to take out Evil Buu and keep up with Kid Buu. At least till the very end when he got planet bursted, but it's fine. It's fine.
There's really nothing you can do once the planet burst comes out. It's kind of almost like you're on the clock, and it's like, can we stop him before he gets max power? He went max power. Well, shit.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you guys want to say?
No, I think that's about it.
Yeah, it was just a solid match overall.
Mm-hmm. Extremely well played by the Buus.
Oh, yeah.
All right, match 8 was...
Androids versus Derp.
Yeah. Extremely unfortunate for Derp.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say right now, I understand why they went with 19 over Hercule.
Yeah.
19 has been the much more consistent character. And yes, he does use his grasp, but so does Jiro.
Mm-hmm.
So
and I'm pretty sure that Derangel was trying to counter Jiro.
Yeah, and it was just unfortunate that he sadly, a lot of the team just could not handle the androids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what Derangel was trying to do, but like I don't know what android charge they had on him, whether they had high tension or one of the lower ones, but
I'll check.
Like his charge rate in that match was not enough to make up for him not being able to grab. Hercule, I just feel, would have been better, just because like 19 really does kind of work on his grabs. He does good combos with them. He gets all his energy from them. And
19 had high tension on him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then that's just a damn shame. But
I think 19 just has a slow charge rate.
Yeah, his passive charge rate, he charges 2 bars. and then
okay.
nothing. Unlike all other androids, how he normally charges is through melee and through grabs. But
Right.
with high tension, it's like putting high tension on a non-passive charger, on an active charger. It's a hell of a lot slower than it is on a actual Android.
Right. So, like I said, I completely understand it. Having a team with only one android, also going
Mm-hmm.
up against the androids, of course, you want to try to counter Jiro, but just I don't know. I feel like Hercule might have put in more work just because he would have had access to more key. He might have thrown out more B2s.
Perhaps.
But in all honesty, with the way the androids came out, I don't know if it even would have mattered because the androids came to play this match and they just
Oh,
shut
God,
Derp
yes.
down
And-
super hard.
And not just the androids, like 16 and 8er, who have been their weaker characters, came out and just
Mm-hmm.
they were amazing. I mean, what's it
17
called?
didn't hit the field.
17 didn't hit the field. 16 did 62,000 damage. 8er did 65,000 damage.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
it was
those are
just-
their weaker characters.
yeah, they were just on the top of their game. Dodoria was sadly his melee's slow, so that puts him at a bit of a bigger target. Salza, he was showing potential, but 16 just stomped him.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would have loved to see Devilman was trying to bring it back. He had a combo for 14,000.
I think
But
that's the silver lining of the match is that Devilman is still showing that he is a really good pickup for Team Derp. Devilman is putting in the amount of work you would expect a new person to put in.
Mm-hmm. And I want to say that Dodoria was doing better. Unfortunately, he just missed with all of his B2s.
He was throwing them out at a decent rate. I mean, putting him on a key build is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because
you sort of run into the same thing that the Saiyans are doing with Nappa, where you just give him as much key as he can, because that is one thing that Derp doesn't have as a spammer. And you just give him as much key as he can because he has those like Dodoria Head Cracker, Cho Makoku. Oh, such good B2s.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The only bad thing is that they kind of are a double-edged sword because they're good B2s, but they're also straight line B2s, so they're really easy to dodge.
Mm-hmm.
You have to kind of do them shotgun range.
Yeah, every one of his B2s, all of his supers, are straight lines, which is it's not the best, but it's not bad at the same time.
Oh no, because I mean, you take someone like Aurelie, who her supers are also straight line, but she knows when to throw them, so that there's almost no escaping them. If Dodoria can get that timing down, Dodoria would be amazing.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, but hopefully we'll see more from them next week.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of sad. I didn't want them to be kind of trashed 2 weeks in a row.
Oh no, I don't think anyone did. But
yeah,
no, I mean it was the androids. They're the only undefeated team so far, and it's just they're a tough team to go against for anyone. So yeah.
All right, and that concludes the how the matches went. I can't remember what we were going to say for that. Match results. There you go.
There you go.
Let me refresh my other tab.
He's a professional, ladies and gentlemen. We swear.
Yes, I'm definitely a professional.
I believe now is the time for the questions.
Yes, and so far we have 2 people that have asked questions. I am sort of sad at this, but it's okay.
Oh, it just means we go home faster.
Yeah, it's true.
You want me to read them off again?
Yes, please do.
Alrighty. Our first question comes from Dylan Wernest. This is for the next Zcast. Since some of you peek into the team's individual subforums, we don't. Do you think that a good amount of the teams are preparing properly for matches, meaning countering properly and looking for weaknesses? Or do you think that they're just setting a lineup and forgetting about the rest?
Well, the only person as of now, because Rebel has gone on sabbatical, that can actually look into subforums is Squee.
But
I used to have that power, but I never used it. I didn't want to be accused of cheating, so I took it away from myself.
Yeah. But last week, Squee did say that he was so happy to see so many of the teams countering each other. He was happy to see everyone trying to counter everyone. And so I think it's a lot more of teams actually preparing and looking for weaknesses, and less than just setting a lineup and saying, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you just have to look at how many of the matches this season have come down to 1 or 2 bars on the last 2 people. Like, I think this season has had some of the most close fought matches we've had ever. And if you just look at the standings, this is only week 4. We have 1 undefeated team and 1 team with no wins. All the other teams have at least a win to them or at least a loss.
And that is way different from last season.
Completely that's way different from every other season we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
So I think just looking at how the league has been progressing, you can tell that people have been taking more time to really look at who they're facing and how they play and how they can counter them.
Oh yeah. I think that's all for that question.
Mm-hmm.
Our last question comes from Malachi. So Burn, how's it feel to have some of your work delegated out? Also for Burn, since making the offer to be the interface to the player calculator, have people, other than me, been asking you for those stats, and if so, what have been the most common types of questions? For example, are they more like, what's the base charge rate for character X, or how does Potara Y affect move Z, or something else entirely?
Wow, you sounded extremely enthusiastic, Kyle, and I applaud you.
Oh, thank you. I can read good.
Yes. So, for the first question, I feel much better. Now that I don't have to worry about doing tests and tying up my internet for the next X hours and actually being able to get other stuff done, it's fantastic. There are still a few things that I need to shirk onto this Kyo guy, but we'll do that later.
Yeah, let's wait till spring.
What a lazy bastard. Anyways, I feel that it's a lot easier now that I don't have to worry about certain things that I've already chucked to some people. I'm honestly to a point where I don't mind doing everything that I have left. Except for this recording. I don't want to do the screen recording. Kyle? Get on it.
No.
God damn it. As for the second question, since making the offer, bloody bloody, not too many people have asked me. Most of the people, or most of the things that people ask me are like, oh, hey, what's the base charge rate of this character? Oh, like, Derangel asked me the other day, or maybe a week ago, so what is the interaction with Devilman and Launch's support along with, or Active Heart along with High Tension? Because as you've noticed, that they have High Tension now on him. And I read him out the details, I read him out like how this affects everything, and you're passively going to charge a key bar every 20 seconds or so, and bloody bloody bloody. He also asked about Android 19, like what would be better, tension up or would Launch's support be better with him? And I calculated it and rattled out the numbers and everything, and it's mostly been like, how does passive and active charging work? which I'm more than happy to give that information out.
Right. Seems like it would be the most important question also. Like like the league essentially revolves around what can your character do with ki. So the more you have, the more your character can do. So makes sense that would be the most frequent question.
Also, Crimson Flame's been asking me a lot about Master Blast and a couple of other Patara interactions that I can't think of at the moment. I think it was what was that one Patara he put on mid Vegeta that didn't work this week? Ugh. God, this is gonna drive me crazy. Persistent Threat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was asking me about Persistent Threat and is it good, blah blah blah. I thought it would do better this week, but it didn't. Just gonna say that. I think that's it.
Alrighty. So that concludes our Zcast questions for this week. And I believe we can move right on to the predictions.
So, match 1, Vals versus the Super Saiyans.
I honestly have to say the Vals.
I'm going to have to say Vals too.
Kyle, you are not biased at all, are you?
What? No, honestly, Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to see the team that beat me get crushed. No. Yeah. No. No, I honestly think that they'll do well because they rotated out 18. So they're going to have 18. While it isn't a divisional match, with them beating the Majins, if they can beat another North Kai T 2 weeks in a row, that'd be amazing for them. So I think they're going to go all out for this one. So I'm going to have to say the Vals.
Yeah. Plus, East Kai is very heated with, like, where everything is. East Kai is the only Kai that does not have any ties in it. So everybody's trying to struggle to the top. And well, struggle to be second place after the androids. So they might bring out the big guns. I think.
Well, they're gonna have to bring out the big guns because Super Saiyans are gonna have End Vegeta back.
Yeah, End Vegeta and probably mid Vegeta. 2 Vegetas is kind of a death sentence. It's gonna be a hard fight, but I think the Vals are gonna win.
Yeah. I see, especially if Super Saiyans perform the same way they did last week, this week. I think I see the Vals taking it. It'll be close, but I think I see the Vals coming out on top.
Yeah. Although Gohan could swing it. It really depends on who the Super Saiyans bench as well. I don't know. I'm still going with Vals though. Match 2, Dragon Ball Warriors versus Majins, and I'm pretty sure I know what Kyle's gonna say.
Yeah, I'm going with the Majins. I think with how my team's been, Bobbity, Derp, and Spopovich keeps going up against guys with Draconic Aura. I have faith in this week.
Yeah, just like Spopovich, or no, I was gonna say just like Chaozu has been going up against Power Body, Spopovich has been going up against Draconic Aura. However, Dragon Ball Warriors are good. They're going to have Tao. They're going to very likely have Nam. I'm not too sure about the rest, but I could see it being a very hard match for the Dragon Ball Warriors.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but yes.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yes, no, I thought for a second you were going to go, it's going to be a tough match for the Majins. And...
No.
Yeah,
I'm saying
I'll take it. I'll take the compliment.
You're probably going to do well because you have Majin, Vegeta, and you're gonna have Majub, and I don't think you would bench Majin Vegeta. I mean, come on.
He is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But I also need wins.
Yeah.
So.
I think I'm gonna have to go the other way.
Dragon Ball Warriors?
Say Dragon Ball Warriors. Just because
it is a night map. I will say that.
Yeah, so there is the possibility for Goku transformation, and also I just feel like Dragon Ball Warriors have been consistently coming close to victories while not quite grabbing it, and I just I don't know. They're gonna have Nam. They're probably gonna have Kid Goku for transformation purposes. Pilaf has been doing pretty good, and if they have Tao also, if their lineup is like Nam, Pilaf, Tao, Kid Goku, I don't know. I could see it being a really hard fought match, but I could actually see, especially Nam and General Tao, I could see them swinging the match.
Yeah.
If they perform how they're supposed to perform.
Right.
Yeah. I would find it hilarious if you started Majub and then they started Tao and then Tao just wrecks Majub.
Oh, Jesus.
Another
Either
power
that
body.
or like either
Tao
that
with
or
Mirage.
no, I was gonna think more like a Nam versus Majub, and Nam's just in Majub's face, and Majub can't pull off anything.
Don't give them ideas.
It's fine. It's fine.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to say Dragon Ball Warriors just because I feel like a win is coming for them, and I think that if ever they were going to have like a fairly good shot, their shot would probably be pretty possible this week. What with surprise ape transformation in their pocket.
Yep. Surprise!
But alrighty. So I believe that takes us to match 3.
Mm-hmm. Gohans versus Blades.
I'm gonna say Gohans.
I am saying Blades if Trunks can pull off that kind of match again. Now that they will have Janinba.
I think. Oh God. If the Gohans have Teen Gohan again, then I'm going Gohans. But if he's the one person rotated out, then I think the Blades have it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the Gohans because I don't think they'll rotate Teen Gohan out. But yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with the Gohans just because even if Teen Gohan is rotated out, I don't see Saiyaman dropping the ball this 2 weeks in a row the way he kind of dropped it against the Saiyans, and Saiyaman's one of their stronger people.
He doesn't drop them; he punches them.
Yes, he punches the balls.
Right. So provided Saiyaman once again renews his testicular fascination, and the rest of the Gohans perform to their ability, I could see Gohans pulling it out over the Blades.
Yeah, I could see it as well, but I still think that Tapion, Janemba, Sword Trunks, that trio of holy shit, what the fuck, could very well be the thing that seals it if they go that route.
I think it'll come down to does Janemba hit with his supers, because his supers are hitting like trucks now. So if Janemba hits with those like 10k supers, then yeah, Blades will swing it. But if he doesn't perform, I think Gohans will have it.
Yeah. All right, on to match 4: Saiyans versus Cold.
Oh God, I think I have to go with Cold just because the freaking supernovas.
Yep, Cold hype train, choo choo.
Yep, I think I'm gonna have to jump on that train too. I mean, Saiyans have been doing good, but good God, yeah. Cold is looking terrifying.
I will say this: if Bardock shows an amazing match along with Scout of Vegeta, along with Turles doing okay, and along with Raditz doing really awesome, they have it. But you're against Cold.
And also, you're depending on Turles and Raditz, which, don't get me wrong, they have not been doing bad this season. But I don't know if we're going to beat Team Cold good.
If they're like, we're going to tank 5 supernovas good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can be a close match, but I think that Cold has the advantage.
Oh, definitely.
Yep. Yeah. So,
on to match 5.
Rugrats versus the Earth Defenders.
I wonder who I'm gonna vote for.
I
I'd have to say Earth Defenders.
Kyle?
It's tough.
Kyle?
It's
Don't
honestly,
you fuck me.
no.
Don't.
I think the Rugrats actually, just because they're gonna have GT Goku in this week, and he's dangerous. And if they take out Cell Junior or Chi Chi, honestly, if they just take out Cell Junior, you're still against a powerful team,
Oh,
because
yeah.
we saw what Chi Chi can do now. So, good luck against that.
We'll be fine. I'm going for ED because reasons. Also, it's not like they're my team or anything. Match 6, Androids versus Muscle.
Did Viper even say who he wanted?
Yeah, I said I wanted. I said I was gonna go with Earth Defenders.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
he was the
My
first
bad.
one.
I'm sorry, I'm slowing us down.
God.
Androids versus Muscle.
Do you
God.
demand an explanation of why I want Earth Defenders?
No, I brain farted for a second.
Derp. Androids versus Muscle?
I'm going to have to go with androids.
Really?
Whoa!
Whoa.
You have no idea. I am incredibly terrified of androids because they're a solid team. There's no arguing that they're not. They're the only undefeated team in the league, and you have to respect being undefeated 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Like 1 week, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe it was, maybe they just were lucky. There are a couple of matches, but once you start getting to 4 and 5 and maybe even 6 undefeated weeks, that's when you start to, bow your head and go, okay, yeah, we might just flat out lose this one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then in that case I'm going androids.
Yep, androids hype train, choo choo.
Of course, this is totally not a plot by me to get everyone to bet for androids, then win the match and screw all of you out of your money. No, not at all.
Hey, I already bet myself versus androids and lost all of my money, so I have nothing to lose.
Yeah, I did that against the Gohans.
Amazing.
Sad panda.
Don't get me wrong, we're gonna try our best. Obviously, it's not like I'm admitting on the Zcast that I'm throwing up my hands in the air and putting like flight on everybody. But I see this as being a close match, but androids are scary. I can't not be scared of that team.
And you're not putting flight on everybody. You are putting pink aura on everybody, so that Broly can be a pretty princess.
Right, and I've talked to Squee already, and he said that to make up for my allowing everyone to be pretty princesses, they are going to all start transformed so that they can be big, pretty princesses.
Yes.
But it's okay. There's no reason to be scared.
Definitely. This is definitely going to happen. Totally. I mean, I'm not being sarcastic at all. I mean,
no, absolutely not. 100% totally confirmed. No.
Yeah, and if you want to be sure, just PM Burn constantly about it, and he will be happy to answer that question for you.
Anyways, on to match 7. Namek
versus the Buus.
Yep.
I think with how Namek's been performing lately, I think I have to go with Namek, actually. Despite how Boo's been doing, with Kid Boo kind of out of it, I got to go Namek.
Yeah, I can see Namek winning. I can see Boo winning as well because they have Majin Buu, and Oob was feckin' amazing. Gotenks Boo was pretty damn good, which, by the way, Gotenks Boo is probably going to have Broly's ring because that's a good reason why they lost the match. He transformed and then went, Derp, I'm gonna do nothing.
Yeah, Gohan Boo doesn't do much.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they need Gotenks Boo and his amazing special beam placement.
Yeah, and donuts, all those donuts. Nom nom.
Just shoving all them donuts. I think I'm gonna have to go Namex also. I think Boos are not a team to be underestimated, but it looks like they are maybe not finding the footing you're expecting them to find. And meanwhile, Namex have been looking pretty solid. So I'm gonna go Namex also.
Yeah, I'll agree, Namex. All right, match 8, Ginyu versus Derp.
This is, funnily enough, a really hard match.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're either voting for Team Derp or Team Derp Incarnate?
Um,
I'm sorry. I had to
No,
make that joke.
it's the truth. Like it's sad, but it's like Ginyu Force have been trying so hard and they haven't been able to get there, and you literally have a mirror opposite in Derp. Like these two teams are like you want them to do good, but they just have not been able to get there.
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Derp on this one, just because. Yeah, it's Derp,
Yeah.
and they have the champion.
Yep. I am sorry, but I am going to have to go with Ginyu because that's how I want the match to go, because that would make for a more interesting league. And by this same token, I am going to say that androids will lose and muscle will win, because I don't want a league where there are no where there is a team with no losses or no wins.
Clearly, you are a disciple of Squee.
Yes, I am.
I'm also gonna have to go Ginyu just because potential wise, like which team's characters actually start working. I think should Ginyu's characters actually come to play, there's just more burst damage out of Ginyu than out of Derp. Like, Hercule, Derp, as far as like really solid characters, you have 19. I think Hercule might be able to be put up there, and that's kind of it. You kind of hope everybody else works. Oh, and Devilman. If they have Devilman in, then it's going to be amazing. But
yeah,
as far as Ginyu, basically everybody but Captain Ginyu. And even then, Captain Ginyu has his moments, like against Kid Buu, where he's amazing. So I just feel like if the two teams come to play, Ginyu has an advantage in terms of just raw power.
Mm-hmm. They have Birder on Power Body, which can do really well. I think he can still utilize it better, but that's just me. I'm not saying change his AI or anything. I'm just saying, what's his face?
Oh,
Jace?
But how hilarious would it be if Birder went up against Hercule with his natural draconic aura that we put on him?
Oh yeah! Oh man, that would be hilarious. I'm sorry. But yeah, you also have Jace, who is really solid. You have Ginyu on Trunks AI, which can do stuff. He did stuff with Kid Buu. His AI just needs to be able to do stuff. He kind of just got wrecked last week. Goldo sort of does stuff, and Raccoon does stuff okay. He's sort of been lackluster as of late, if I recall correctly.
He hasn't been the greatest asset to Ginyu.
Yeah. But still, they have an extremely powerful team. But Derp is getting there. Derp has Devilman, which is really, really good. I would almost say is their MVP at this point in time.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they have 19, which 19 is like the perfect counter to Ginyu because of all those max power modes. Like, okay, go to max power mode. I'm just gonna suck it off. Oh, that sounded dirty. Anyways,
I think maybe you should possibly rephrase that.
Yes, that note. My bad. On that note, I'm going to take you out of max power mode. I am sorry. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that listen to the Zcast.
You know what?
This will be my last Zcast because I'm resigning.
Derp just needs to put Devilman out there and have him spam ultimates, and he'll just tank Ginyu Force by himself.
Are they all evil?
They are all like mega evil. I don't think there's a single shred of goodness in them. Devilman would wreck them if he hit them with his ultimate.
Yeah.
Because they're soldiers of Frieza. Anyone tied to Frieza is automatically on the evil scale.
All right. Well, I think that just about wraps. Kyle.
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you stop hot micing? There you go. Thank you. I think that just about wraps it up.
It should, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this week. It has been a pleasure. We will see you all next week, hopefully, if everything goes well. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good day, everyone.